What you doing, Zombaes? I'm the AC. I'm going to talk about World Beyond Season 1, Episode 6, Shadow Puppets. Now, the name for this comes from the fact that they have a beginning and ending scene with some profound shadow puppet show. One, they're just talking about the end of the world. This end, they're just showing the end of the world through shadow puppets. Like, it's a cool thing. I get it's supposed to be profound. Like I've said in my previous video, this whole thing is about teens, so they are trying to be more profound than they actually are because they think that's what's cool or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But maybe there is something more to this throughout the episode than I originally thought. Maybe. I haven't really figured it out yet. It could be like they're all actually being manipulated like puppets from the shadows or something like that because of, all the past scenes, like they're expected to go to New York. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, episode's called Shadow Puppets. But besides that, this is probably the best episode of the season so far. Just because they finally get to meet new people who actually seem to have experience in this apocalypse. So we open up with the group finding Percy, trying to be threatening with a stick. And they actually do seem threatened by him with a stick, aside from Felix, who keeps his cool and it's a stick. Come on. Calm down. But, yeah, once they realize Percy is no threat, because he drops the stick, he tells them a story. Apparently he was robbed, and, there's stuff that just can't replace, so he's determined to go back and try. And he starts telling them all stories of what he's been doing in the apocalypse, and they all seem fascinated by it. Especially like Iris. She just loves hearing all these stories and hearing what it's like to be out in this world. But eventually Hope catches him in a lie. And it comes out like the thing he's actually wanting back is his truck. Apparently his truck was stolen. So of course they're all like, oh well, if we have to get your truck back, then you can help us get to New York, give us a ride. And that would actually make sense for the series if they actually had a vehicle finally. So yeah, they all agree. They have this plan to go look for the truck, and they actually find it pretty quickly. And one of the people that apparently robbed Percy, Tony, is found dead in the truck. Okay, no reason. We don't know why he would be dead. He just looks like he got shot in his head. Also, there's no reaction from the group really. You would think seeing just a guy shot in the head would get some kind of reaction, but nobody really seems to care, especially from the kids. Maybe seeing dead people not turned is a more common thing than just seeing empties. They seem pretty freaked out by empties, don't know why they don't have at least a little reaction of some kind to a dead body. I don't know. Whatever. So, they decide to split up. They all have different jobs. Felix goes after Percy. Iris, at first, is raring to go, but okay, well, she's not going to make her do anything. So Felix decides to go with Percy. Hope and Elton decide to just go and be lookout at the door. And then Silas and Iris are supposed to stay with the truck and watch their stuff. Key in on was supposed to, because Iris, of course, does not listen. She decides she's going to go after him too. Silas actually gives her idea. Why doesn't she go try to look for an entrance in the back, which of course there is. She finds it. She goes in and meets up with Percy right away. And then a few things start happening while they're in this building. One, Felix is tricked by a mirror, which is actually a cool scene. And one, I hate mirrors, so he ends up trying to attack a mirror just for the empty to actually be behind him. Cool. Iris is tricked by a mannequin briefly, which is actually a little jump scare for me because mannequins can be creepy. Then another little jump scare from a walker just popping out of nowhere. There was actually a couple good little jump scares. Jump frights, jump surprises, startles. I'm not scared of anything. Anyways, so now that Iris is with Percy, he tricks her, of course. And it's actually pretty elaborate. So they go upstairs, they find some clothes laying out, they hear water splashing around. Percy searches through clothes, he finds the keys, he gives them to Iris. And at first I was like, oh, okay, that's weird that he would just trust Iris to take the keys, and Percy says he's going to get the rest of his stuff. And then you hear a gunshot when Iris is making her way down the stairs. And Iris is determined to go back. I don't know what she thinks she's going to do. I don't know if she thinks she's going to fight somebody with a gun, but she decides to go up. Felix, I guess, is looking for him. Doesn't really seem to be in a hurry. Everyone else hears the gunshot. They're all like, oh no, what happened? Acting about as excited as that. And yeah, no, Percy makes the escape. It turns out Tony was not dead either. He was just laying. It was makeup. And so he steals all the stuff, all of it, and then steals the truck. Iris and Silas had one job to do. Iris left. Silas was just not paying attention. All their stuff is taken. Iris tries to go after Percy, falls into the trash, almost attacked by zombies or empties. Felix saves her out of the trash, but then more empties are coming. Percy and Tony turn around and save them, let them all get in the truck, and they go back to the camp. So there. Like, it was kind of cool moments building up to it. And then you find out Tony and Percy aren't completely heartless. Yeah, they saved them. I mean, everyone's making dumb kid mistakes. These two actually have experience. Felix has some experience, but then the kids are still just doing dumb stuff. They had one job. Anyways, go on off from that. So they get back to camp. They finally start getting to know each other. Turns out Tony was an illusionist. He was doing shows out in Las Vegas. He is actually Percy's uncle. And somehow they lasted these 10 years doing whatever, just conning people. That way they don't have to actually hurt people by doing it. Of course, I mean, having all your stuff taken and a world where resources are already scarce, we'll probably end up hurting them anyways. But hey, whatever you're... So you don't regret anything? You can tell yourself whatever you want, I guess. Whatever. The other big moment for this, and it's actually a pretty big step for this series also, is Tony actually knows something is up with these 3 rings. He sees a patch on Felix, and turns out there's something on the truck. Wherever he got the truck from belonged to whoever these 3-ring people were. He knows they're really armed and they wear a lot of black. And he just wants to know if they get in trouble with them, if Felix's patch will get them out of trouble. Felix, of course, says yes. Answer is probably and obviously no, but I think Felix just wants the truck, so he's going to tell Tony whatever he wants to hear. So yeah, Tony still says he'll agree to take him in the truck. So great, they finally have a truck. They'll finally be able to make progress. Awesome. They won't have to walk the, I don't know how much distance even is, but it's a lot. They still have a lot to walk. Good thing they have a truck now. But it looks like they're going to run into trouble for the next episode. Whatever. Okay, so another thing that happened is Hope offers to read Elton's mom's book. Of course, it's because she's regret. It's like when you do something bad to someone, or without them knowing, you start feeling regret, so you're trying to do nice things for them, and so like they don't figure it out, but you're also just kind of overcompensating. It's kind of what Hope feels like she's doing. Every time Hope talks to Elton now, I'm just cringe a little bit. It's like, is this going to be a moment if it's revealed? It's like, okay, this is an awkward moment between them. So they do the awkward moment fine. That actually works well. It's also kind of the only real drama in the group, so it's kind of the only thing you can really latch onto for right now anyways. Whatever. So then, at the end, we go back to the puppet show. Where does the puppet show come from? Well, Tony and Percy put on a puppet show about the end of the world. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Ha! Yeah, joke. Because it's puppets. Yeah, way of ruining it. Anyways, but no, besides the fact that shadows are dark, yeah, they actually do a whole show about the end of the world, and it's actually really cool until you start thinking about why are Tony and Percy practicing a puppet show like this. Okay, in Apocalypse, it doesn't seem like that would be the big thing to worry about, but hey, maybe they at some point had a lot of time to practice something like this. Maybe this is also part of cons they put on other people, was doing shadow puppet shows. I don't know, it seems like a random thing. You think a sock puppet would be even more amusing, but hey, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm actually really looking forward and pretty excited to see where Tony and Percy take the group, what their audition is going to be like. We already see like Elton is just fascinated with all the stuff Tony does. I guess you never realize it, that probably no one's practicing like magic tricks or illusions or stuff like that. So all this stuff is new to Elton, who is all about science and stuff. So yeah, they're probably going to be a great addition to the group. Finally, having someone who's experienced out in this world is going to be great. But yeah, seeing where the next dilemma is going to come up, now that they have a truck, show's finally going to start to pick up and do something. So I'm all excited for that. Now, they pulled a whole nother thing again where it was the preview for the next episode, then a final scene. Stop doing that. Well, they already filmed the episode, so they probably can't. They can at least rearrange episodes so the ad is afterwards. But whatever. Stop it. Anyways, they do the after scene going back to the lab woman, who has a name, I just forget it. Showing her reading a note from Iris and Hope to their dad. Okay, and then she also gets a call from Lieutenant Colonel. Apparently she's expecting someone. That's kind of all the information we get. We can kind of make some guesses. That's also why I said it's kind of like shadow puppets. Like, I hope Iris, this group is being manipulated to go to New York. Maybe if there's a real reason or not. Maybe things aren't going to go how they plan. But yeah, we're all getting hints like this, so we'll see what actually happens. But that's pretty much all I can really pull from this episode. It was my favorite one of the season so far, and I feel like it's going to get better from here. Man, the kid stuff, it's just dumb kid stuff, and they try to, yeah, like I said, they just try to be super profound and seem like everything's meaningful, they're doing everything great, but they're doing terrible. They're just doing a terrible job. Kind of wish Felix didn't find them just to see how much trouble they'll actually be in. Because without Felix, they would be doomed, pretty much. Yeah. So, but yeah. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Do you think it's the best one of the season so far? Did you not like it? Just let me know your thoughts. But if you like what I have to say about it, go and like the video. If you want to watch me talk more about World Beyond, other zombie shows, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can see why I do all that. But until next time, I'm DAC. Thank you for watching, and bye.